Alright guys, it's that day, the day that I've been telling you guys about. It is the game board that has finally arrived here. If you guys didn't see my last video that I posted on YouTube a couple days ago, talking about how excited I am about this thing, you guys know I love board games. I mean, I'm obviously surrounded by over like 300 board games in my collection right now. And this is basically, as I explained in that previous video, this is a digital gaming system where you basically have a digital board on the, it's a square board, and we're going to obviously talk about it and show it to you guys, and basically think about it as having access to all of these board games that you can obviously bring to friends' houses, play them locally with friends, play them with other people online. There's a lot of cool abilities on here where one person can have a game board, and you can even play certain games with other people on their app, on their phone, and they can be playing on the game board even if they're not with you and they don't need their own game board. All of these different things that you can do on the game board, playing all these digital games. But what really sets it apart from some of the other things that I've done on this channel already, that I've been reviewing and showing gameplay on, is that this one's main thing is that it's combining physical touch and the digital board game. So you're not just having a square board where everything is done digital. Some games will, some games won't. But this is all about, like, hey, you can use your digital minis, so you can do things on, you know, Foundry and all Dungeons and Dragons fans out there who use all these different apps out there. You can use all your minis and figures. Sometimes you can use your phone, so you can have your cards in front of you that need to be hidden away from people. On the app, you can throw dice. You can use all of these different things, and the board can actually detect it. The thing that sets this apart from just a regular old tablet also is the fact that this is a unit that has unlimited touch. So it's not just 10 fingers like most of the devices are out there, because a tablet is a very personal device. It doesn't need to have unlimited touch. But this one, you're going to have people surrounding the table, everyone touching at the same time. So this one, unlimited touch. So you can have all these different minis on the board that the board's interacting with, and you touching the board and all this kind of stuff. And there's already a lot of great games on here, but that's enough talking, because I'm really excited to unbox this thing. I love devices like this. I love board games, and I love things integrating physical and digital and kind of playing with technology and stuff. And I can't wait to unbox this for you guys and go through the beginning setup. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, here we are with the unboxing of the game board here. This is the packaging it came in. And just to caveat this video, even though you guys should know that by the title of this video, this is a beta board. So essentially this is the Kickstarter backers and a bunch of us who want to try out their beta board before the full-scale release happens, either at the end of this year or early 2023, where they roll it out to everyone in full production. This is an early beta build, so you never know if some of the things might slightly be tweaked, but it is close. But just in case you guys see some differences when you go buy yours, this is a beta board. So obviously I have it earlier than the production models, so there might be slight variances on this, but this is the unboxing right now. Let's go ahead and flip over the box so you guys can see the back of this. Before we open up the box here, you can see the back of the box here. That's the style of the game board. Let me give you guys a closer look into that here. So you can see that's the style of the game board. You can see it has a speaker vent, the power button, the LED indicator, USB-C port, SD card slot, and HDMI port, and the microphone vent. Because don't forget guys, this thing has built-in microphones, so you can even play games that are online, and you can actually talk to people while playing online with the built-in microphones. And then as you can see here, it says Game Board, the ultimate tabletop gaming system. It says here, finally, the wondrous game board has finally arrived. You are one of the first in this universe to own the ultimate tabletop gaming system. Record your much anticipated game board unboxing experience, tag us on social media, and use the hashtag GameBoard. So obviously the verbiage on this obviously may change. Obviously that's not going to be what it says when you go full production, I'm assuming. So that's why I said this is a beta board. So obviously we have our pre-production unit here that we're unboxing and playing with. So things may change as far as the unboxing experience when you get your own. Then you got what's in the box: 10 ruins, 4 game pieces, the game board itself, and the charging brick and cable. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Alright, so we're opening this up for the first time. I have not unboxed this at all, so I'm doing this for the first time. Never seen a game board in person before. Seen a lot of videos over the last year or so since I've been really excited about this, but never seen one in person. So here we go. First unboxing. Nice premium. There we go. Very nice with the, let me show you guys the back here. You can see it says, "Our adventure begins," with the game board symbol on the top. So that looks really, really good. And then you got this gold symbol right here. That kind of shows game board here, game board beta Kickstarter. If we go and look at that, so nice little sticker there that says that. Really, really cool. Loving the design of the packaging. Things seem to be packaged really well in here. So let's take this top off here. There we go. And then we got this red symbol here. This is their, obviously the Game Board logo. And then we're going to pop this open here. This is an awesome unboxing experience. I can tell you guys that right now. So when you flap these open, let me give you guys a close-up here. You got the astronaut sitting over here. Looks really, really good. And then this scenery over here, which looks really good. And then again, the symbol in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and continue opening. You flap. Then we got another one here. Look how fantastic this artwork looks like here with that dragon there. That looks awesome. And then open up the next tab here and just look at that artwork. I mean, that looks fantastic. Just look at that scenery there and the attention to detail of all of this on the unboxing here. I mean, between the nice artwork on all of these four sides here, it just looks so good. So let's go ahead and continue opening this. And the texture on these things that I forgot to mention before, I mean, these have like, I don't know how to describe the texture on here, but it feels really good. Not only does it look fantastic with all this different artwork, but it has a nice texture size to it. So it's definitely not just cheap paper being put on here. So let's take out this red piece here, see what we have. As you can see here, says, "You have been chosen, but the honor is truly ours. Thank you for embarking on this historic adventure as together we launch the next dimension of tabletop gaming." In the box, again, 1 game board, 1 USB-C charger, 4 game pieces, and 10 runes. It tells you to connect the provided USB-C cable into a power outlet and then into the game board. You may then power on your board by pressing and holding the red button. It says scan the QR code there or visit that link and you can create your player account, which I already have one, but if you had to do that, that's how you would do that. And then you go through the onboarding experience, which we're obviously going to do together here, where it tells you to go through the onboarding experience. And then it says, "You're ready to play. Connect more players, raid those dungeons, place your workers, and build all decks. It's time for Game Board." So fantastic. And here is all their social media accounts here, where they got Facebook, Twitter. So you can follow the Last Game Board everywhere if you guys want to keep track of all the progress. Or you, of course, subscribe to my channel, because we're going to be doing a lot of content on this, and we're going to be doing it for a long time. I'm really excited about it. So here's the Game Board. I'm seeing it already, and let's see how we do. And before we get into that Game Board there on the corner that we put to the side, we have some accessories underneath this. So we got the bases here, it looks like, for minis and stuff. Some tokens, really cool. They do have some nice texture on there, so we'll take a look at that in a few. We got the power cable here. And the brick right here. So that is how you plug in the Game Board. And then we also have a nice little sticker from Game Board. So that's cool. And that should be it for the for what's actually in the box here. So now it's that time to go ahead and power this thing on. Here's the initial boot sequence here. It is turning on for the first time. We see the nice Game Board logo there flashing, as we can see here. Nice little animation showing the Game Board logo as it boots up. And we have now reached the beginning of the setup process here, where it's asking us for the language. So we're just going to go ahead and select English here. And then here we are, where it's asking us to connect to the Wi-Fi. You can see it's selecting, it's actually finding my 5G network too, and regular one. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect to this. Once you have the password typed in there, of course, you just go ahead and hit connect. And you can see the success window pops up there, so we're good to go. So then you can hit the arrow there to continue on the bottom right. And then it asks for your player account information. So you can see here that you can either scan the QR code to create your own account. I, of course, already have an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and log into mine. And then you can see after you hit log in there, it's asking me to name the Game Board. So you can name your Game Board. Basically, this is when, you know, this will pop up if you connect your companion app and other people are using the companion app. It will show kind of the name of the board, so you can easily determine what it is. So I'm just going to name my board. And then after you do that, it gives you a demonstration of how to use the Game Board here. So it says, player drawers are essential to the Game Board experience. To create a player drawer, tap twice on the edge of the game screen, and within a second, a new player will show. When moving a player, tap and hold the player drawer until the avatar grows in size, and the player tag disappears. You can then drag your finger to wherever you'd like to move that player. So that's we're going to be talking about that here in a walkthrough that we do in the future of exactly how player drawers work. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because we'll be doing a deep dive on all of these things. Opening and closing your player drawer will expand your options for managing your Game Board players and tools. To open your player drawer, swipe with your hand out from the edge of the board at the player avatar to close the drawer, swipe down. So this is just giving you a walkthrough, of course, of all the features. And it says when you're ready to play to pull the tag here, so you can be ready in certain games that require you to pull the tag, so it shows that you're ready. And then it says playing with the companion app, which we'll obviously go over in the walkthrough as well that we do in a future video, which is basically scanning using your phone. So then you can use things like hiding your player information on your iPhone or your Android device while you're playing a game, rolling dice, things like that. Showing you how to do that. So let's go ahead and hit ready to play. And then you can see it brings us to the main dashboard here, as you can see. And these are all of the games that are currently on the game board, as you guys are looking at here. Now, again, remember, this is a beta board and this is beta software. They're literally updating this. Usually, it could be any time, like one time a week or twice a week, depending on what's going on, but it would be the software of the OS or the game. So things are always being updated. They're still releasing new games, so there's always new things coming out. So this is, again, stressing, it's a beta board, so things will change. That's why you see this black area over here. There's actually things that are coming that I know about, that have been talked about, that are not here yet, that will be, and probably by the time that these actually release to the public at the end of this year or early next year. So keep in mind that some of these features will change, and keep tuned to this channel, because as these features roll out, I'll be doing deep dives on them and kind of showing you guys what progressively being added to the table and what progressively is added to the game section and stuff. But this is what we have today, so this is what I'm showing you guys for right now. So you can see on the top there it says play, so you can see here all the different games that are on the board here. So you can see that they have already some great games on here. They have things like Cat Lady, they have things like Aranagram, things like Stop Thief, they have Texas Hold'em, Railroad Ink Challenge, Mystic Veil, Terraforming Mars is down there. We got Viticulture. So we got some really heavy hitters as far as the games that are on here, as you guys can see here, because there's some games on here. And what's really cool is that they all tell you the player count right there too. So you can see Viticulture, it says 1 to 6, and it tells you how long it's going to take to play, about 1.5 hours. And it tells you how early the game is. So like, again, these games are being constantly updated, as you guys are looking at here. And you can sort, there's a bunch of filters here, so you can hit the filter where you can change it by publisher, by review, by the count of players in the top corner, so that's really cool to have on there. When you click one of the games, obviously you can see the overview here, and this will show you like the about section, what the game might be about. It tells you who created it as a publisher, so this game obviously was made specifically for the Last GameBoard device here, and the Last GameBoard is the one who actually did it. Some of the games are made by the developers themselves, and they put it onto the game board, and sometimes Game Board themselves has a team that actually ports them over and makes them work on here. So you can see it has the Board Game Geek score on there, 7.1. It tells you how many players are on there, tells you estimated play time. It also tells you what features the game supports on the game board, because there's a lot of different features on this game board that we're going to be talking about in a future video. But for example, this one says Enhanced Touch and Revivable. So that's what you can see there. And other games will have different things like internet play or network play or game board to game board play, you know, a companion app required, you know, things like that that are needed for the games. And then of course there's the install button there on the top that you can actually just install the game right there if you need to install it, and then it will begin to install. So if I were to hit Cat Lady here and I hit the install button on the top left there, then you'll see it go, the red bars going across there on the graphic there on the top right. And it's downloading the game for us right now. And then once that download is done, you can see that it now says play on here. And of course it has the screenshots here and previews on what you guys can expect from the game, and then other games that players like based on this game as well. So that is essentially the play section for the time being. Like I said, you can sort by alphabetical, you can do all that kind of stuff. You can have all the filters to sort by games, especially as the library grows. You'll see things that are obviously more games being added, so it's great to have these filters to be able to find games. Hey, I want to play a 4-player game, and they're on there already. Then there's also the settings tab over here if you need to adjust like volume and stuff like that. That's currently being completely revamped, but the settings tab is there so you can adjust some settings on the table that you need to adjust. And then of course you also have your player profile on here on the top right, and this shows you achievements on the board, which is really cool. So you can see the achievements on here on things you may unlock. Some of the things that says play an hour gaming session, join a game in at least 6 different continents, which is really cool. Get first in 50 different game sessions. So really cool achievements to show off on someone's profile. And there'll be more to come as far as features like this that are not here yet, but have been talked about. So I'm excited to show you guys that when they roll out. And then you can see your player tag, so that's my account name on here, and there's my friend code if anybody wants to add us to play a game. That would be your friend code on there. And that's pretty much it as far as the interface goes right now. And then, of course, we have the player drawers here that they talked about in the initial screen there. So this is my player drawer on here. So you can go ahead and scan in using the QR code if you were going to use a companion app, or you can even just tap the QR code right there, and then it puts you right into the game. And then right now you can customize your color and stuff like that in your avatar, and kind of swipe down, and now you're ready to play. So we're going to be doing a huge deep dive exactly on how to play these games, and what you guys can expect from this table and the features on this table. We'll go through some gameplay on some of the games, how to use these player drawers, and how to add more player drawers. That's going to be on a full walkthrough video that's coming next on this channel, so make sure you guys subscribe. This is just a quick unboxing and overview of the main menu so you guys can get an idea of what the game board is like and what you guys can expect. But again, look forward to a complete walkthrough on all the different features that this thing has and gameplay in a future video coming here soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing on the game board and a quick overview of the main menu and stuff. Now there's still a lot to talk about with this. We haven't even scratched the surface of what this thing can do, and of course the games that are coming to this, how they actually function, how to do player drawers, how to play all of these different things, how the minis and how physical touch and digital touch kind of blend together. We have a lot to talk about with the game board, but I'm really excited to kind of start this journey here today with the unboxing and the quick overview. And like I said, the next video you guys are going to watch is the walkthrough. Now, there is going to be a link in the description. It's my affiliate link and my code. If you guys use that to pre-order this device, you get 10% off. So I definitely urge you guys, if you guys are interested, like I was, even a little bit, to get your pre-orders in, because there's thousands of people who already pre-ordered this thing, because it was originally on Kickstarter, so they have a bunch of people on Kickstarter, and then they opened up pre-orders for everyone else, so they have thousands of people who have already pre-ordered this thing. And if you want to get in line to make sure you guys get yours either at the end of this year or early 2023 is what I've been told, that you need to get your name on the list right now. So I'm going to obviously have my affiliate link down there below so you guys can use it and save yourself 10% off the game board. And this device is definitely like nothing out there. Again, we got to talk about the fact that before, obviously you guys haven't seen all the features of this thing yet because we haven't done a deep walkthrough, but just looking at it at its surface right now, what makes me excited is we're getting a table that's kind of a square table, and it matches how board games are. Most board games are nice and square, and this is an 18-inch screen, so it's not a small screen by any means. It's a nice big size screen. Then you got the fact that you're combining digital and physical in some games. So some games will obviously be just digital, and some games will have digital combining physical. So things like Foundry and stuff, where you make your own maps for Dungeons and Dragons, you'll be able to put a figure on there, and it will actually know exactly where the figure is looking and what line of sight is. So you won't have to mess around with line of sight because it knows where the piece is looking and if the wall's in the way or if something's in the way. All of these different things, and then you can have dice in the game that you can use with the companion app. So the companion app is really cool because you just have it on your phone, and whatever games it works with, it has your player information. So if you have cards you need to look at your companion app, or you have pieces that you need to have hidden information from others, you use the companion app on your phone and then you interact with it. Or you can throw digital dice from the companion app onto the board, kind of roll it like this, like if you actually have real dice in your hand. They even are working on things like Bluetooth or dice that are actually going to be physical dice that you can roll, and then the game knows what you rolled onto the game board. So there's a lot of cool stuff with this thing that we haven't scratched the surface on, but that make me really excited. And obviously, I played the table already a lot, even though we haven't done the walkthrough. And there's some cool games on here already that I'm really excited to show you guys, because there's some really good games on here already that they've done really well and ported it onto the game board. That kind of makes me excited for the future of this thing, and makes me excited as a content creator to kind of show you guys this. And let's not forget that we're going to be able to do live streams eventually with this thing, because I'll be able to basically have the game board in front of me on a live stream, have you guys join from your phone, and even though you don't have a game board, some games will support you being able to join from your phones and see everything, or a PC, and kind of join on the game board and play along with me. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming with this thing, but I don't want to make this video any longer. Like I said, we'll be doing a full walkthrough on everything, but I definitely urge you guys, if you guys are interested in a device like this, because I've been waiting for a device to be done right with these digital board games, so I can take this to my family and friends' houses and have all of these board games with me when I'm not home, being able to play them with people and kind of get new experiences that only digital games can do, that you can't do with physical board games. As much as I love them, digital obviously brings a new aspect into games that makes it really cool. So with that being said, make sure you get in your pre-orders if you guys are interested. I believe it's only $200 to get your name on there, and then again, you save that 10% on top of that. So make sure you get that in there. Use my affiliate code and link down below. And if you guys have any questions about what we talked about here today, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the